How you doing, boys and girls? It's what happens when you try to practice. Are we on? We are on. When you try to practice and do the show at the same time. Hi, my name is Jerry Luke, and welcome to Luke's World. Normally you can hear me on WHCR-FM in New York, 90.3, The Voice of Harlem, every Friday between the hours of 2 and 3:30. And hopefully you won't hear me playing the harmonica, but the show will go a lot smoother. Today, we come to you through the auspices of LSMFT Productions, Leo Farley, our director. And as always, we come to you from the Mark Symczak studio. Wow. I'm going to get it right the first time one of these days. Hello and happy Monday. I guess if you guys are going to see this on Monday. Again, if you see this video and you want to call the show, don't do it until Friday. And the phone numbers are correct, 1212-650-6903. So what are we going to talk about today? The New York Times used to have, I don't know if they do it anymore, because I get the Times online, but I don't, big plug for the Times. I get the Times online, but I don't get the paper, so I don't read every little nuance of it. There used to be a section, things overheard, either on the train or on the bus or walking in the street or something. So I'm riding, I'm trying to get a pair of hiking boots, and I'm riding on the 7 or the 11 going down Columbus Avenue, get to about 81st Street. Now I got to get out at 76, but this happens in like a split second. Grandma and her daughter and her granddaughter get on the bus, and she's the grandma looks like a grandma, and the little daughter is like the cutest little thing on wheels, and they start primping, and the grandma's sitting the daughter correctly and straightening her out and wants to get her attention, and she asks the granddaughter, so, Halloween is coming. What do you want to be for Halloween? And then in a flash, the granddaughter says, I got to get this right, I want to be a mermaid snowflake princess. She wants to be a mermaid snowflake princess. I was like, I just wanted to walk over there and give her a hug, and I didn't, because I'd be doing like 5 to 10 now. But it was just a wonderful moment. So it's sort of I mean, I thought of bringing this to the show for days and days, and now I'm thinking, you know, what a wonderful sense of humanity this thing brings. That you're sitting on a bus, and you know it's dingy, and you're headed into you have to go buy something you really don't, and this little bit of light. There you go. Speaking of, I should have left that one alone, because I think the story stood by itself, but what the hell. So snowflakes. What snowflake do we want to go to now? There's a Met-Yankee series right now, and we could talk about it to death, and Harvey had his innings limited, and I think for good reason, and the Yankees came back, and Beltran, and all sorts of wonderful things going on, but that's not what I really want to talk about. What really struck me, and it strikes me all the time in baseball, and it's really what it's sort of the non-money shot. A ball player does something wonderful, hits a home run, makes a great play, saves an inning, or maybe in this case has his innings limited and he goes into the dugout. Okay, so we see about 3 seconds worth of his ball players, going around, coming up to him, patting him on the back, whatever, and then all of a sudden we go to commercial. That is, to me, one of the most important moments in watching baseball. Otherwise, you can listen to it. There's no reason to watch baseball except for moments like that, when you actually begin to feel that you're maybe part of this team, which is what the ownership wants you to do anyway. So while you're in the throes of feeling like you're part of this team, and you give them a pat on the back, and maybe you're whispering, hey man, good job, and I'm glad that they pulled you out, so maybe you'll have a long career. No, we got to go to some commercial for them selling some crap, and we don't even get to see the replay of these guys patting the ball player on the back. It's just a very, very simple thing, and you see it all year long. It's really part of appreciating your team, no matter who they are. It could be baseball, soccer, whatever, football. You know, a lot of times, although football gets a little dicey, they had the film, they had the camera go to some defensive lineman, or I remember the defensive or offensive lineman, and it's when the other part of the team was on the field, and they're kind of schmoozing and, you know, scratching, and, you know, and all of a sudden they realize that they're on camera. They get up, they start exercising, you know, all of us, they take all completely different positions, like, well, we're on camera, we got to look professional, as opposed to, that's what you do. There is downtime. In football, there is downtime even during the game, and during those moments, it behooves you to relax so you can get it together for the rest of the game. So sometimes that camera is intrusive, and sometimes it's important, and whoever's directing that thing, you got that, Leo? Whoever's directing that thing has to know the difference. Hello? All right, that's the number, another snowflake. Okay, so I'm going hiking with a group about a week or so ago. It was a great hike. I don't want to mention where it is because I'm going to talk about this person. I don't want them to feel bad, whatever. So having a conversation about sugar, because I've just gotten, for about last month and a half, 2 months, I've cut out all sorts of sugar, I think, except there's sugar in things that you eat normally that you can't really deal with. Like I love bagels, there's sugar in bagels. I eat pizza, there's sugar in pizza. But the last couple of nights ago, that was my dinner, 2 slices of pizza, and I was done. I don't eat any other kind of sugar. None of the crap from the kiosks in the train. No Danish, no ice cream. And at first I felt deprived. And I'm going to use that word again. The person I was talking to on the hike said that they've tried for about a week to do that, but they don't want to deprive themselves. They don't want to deprive themselves. Okay. And I felt a little bad that I was sort of put down in a way, making somebody else deprive themselves. That's not the case. The case is, thank you, the case is when you eat all this crap, whether it's pretzels or stuff from the kiosks or chocolate or sodas, even juices, it has something called high fructose corn syrup in it. Wow, I remember that. Or some such thing, which is addictive. And number one, it's addictive. And number two, it causes you to keep on eating because it doesn't give a signal to your brain that you've had enough. When you have natural sugar, eventually it'll tell your brain, yo, done. And now when I go have a piece of fruit, I'm like, it's delectable. It's delectable. Thank you for that. And I don't miss it. I mean, I'd like to have a little bit of ice cream sometime. Maybe I will, but right now I don't miss it. So to that person who said they didn't want to deprive themselves, I want to deprive myself of the fact that I'm a sugar addict. I don't want that deprivation anymore. I am done. I just want to be a person who can eat normally and doesn't have to eat because some chemicals in the food egging me on. Okay, I think we might have time for one more. Addiction. I just realized that this is the 30th year. I mean, either this past August or next August will be my 30th year of no smoking. I stopped smoking when I was 38. I'm about to be 68, so that would be 30 years in America. And I'm finding the same feelings about quitting sugar as I did quitting cigarettes, except quitting cigarettes was far more harsher, and and I did it, and I think I can handle the sugar deal. And I think also at some point in the future, if I really need to have a little bit of ice cream or a little bit of something once in a blue moon, I can do that. But right now, I'm in the trenches, and I want to cut sugar loose as much as I can. Anyway, we've come to the end. I want to thank you for listening. My name is Jerry Luke, and normally you can hear me on Sports Insight.
You are now paired. Enjoy.
This is professional video at its finest. One more thing I'd like to say before I go. We'll see you on the radio.